Miss Carter, I believe you can play hard. You're supposed to compete, but I believe you can do it without being cheap, and that what you did was a cheap shot.
Chennedy Carter's career was looking promising, but after the controversy with Caitlin Clark, things took a downturn. Once seen as a rising star, she now faces tough challenges in the league.
Shot clock and Chennedy Carter's eyes tell it all.
Just when it seemed like things couldn't get any more difficult, they did.
There's no line. I'm competing. I'm going to compete. I've already let you know I'm going to compete. If you're going to throw punches first, I'm going to compete. It's all love. It's basketball. This happens in the NBA. Actually, I'm focused on New York now. I'm not really focused on that play anymore. It happened, okay? It's just a basketball. It just happened. Like, it's over with. I don't know why we're dragging it, but we continue to drag a play that happened, and a whole fourth quarter happened after that. Multiple events happened after that, guys, so we just got to let that play.
What happened? How did a former top 5 draft pick go from being a rising WNBA star to an unsigned free agent? And where does her contract stand now? Chennedy Carter was once considered the future of the league. Drafted 4th overall by the Atlanta Dream in 2020, she quickly showed her skills. But after a string of challenges, her career has taken an unexpected shift.
We were talking before the game about the battle she had with Enrique. She goes, it was physical. Carter inside, leans in. That's pretty for Chennedy Carter.
What happened next was truly remarkable. As a rookie, Chennedy Carter scored 30 points in a game, making her the youngest player in WNBA history to do so. With her impressive scoring, fast handles, and aggressive style of play, many saw her as one of the league's future stars. But then, things took a sudden turn. The problem? Her talent was often overshadowed by controversy.
In LA, played in Los Angeles. In fact, she had just joined the team. She and Kayla McBride were both playing their first games of the season. Cambage off the glass. Cambage to Samuelson, blocked by Westbrook. And then the pass is picked off by LA.
In 2021, while playing for the Atlanta Dream, Carter was suspended indefinitely for what the team described as conduct detrimental to the organization. Reports revealed a heated clash with a teammate during a game, which disrupted the team's locker room dynamic. Instead of rebuilding around her, the Dream traded Carter to the Los Angeles Sparks in 2022. Then, in 2024, a key moment in her career took place, the event that would ultimately determine her future.
Good. Chennedy Carter has hit back-to-back basket. Carter finds a Agumake. Neka with a nice move with the left hand.
That moment really caused a stir. Chennedy Carter's hit on Caitlin Clark wasn't just a hard foul. It seemed personal, especially with how it happened off the ball. The reactions were heated, with fans, analysts, and even former players weighing in. Some are calling it a cheap shot, while others say it's just part of the game's physical nature. Regardless, it definitely put Carter in the spotlight, but for all the wrong reasons. The WNBA thrives on rivalries, but this one went too far for many. What's your take? Do you think it was just a spur-of-the-moment move, or was there something deeper behind it?
New reaction after this controversial foul on Caitlin Clark.
Unnecessary.
Clark's Indiana Fever taking on the Chicago Sky on Saturday.
Yeah, when your own coach doesn't have your back, you know it's bad. Teresa Weatherspoon calling the play unnecessary in the post-game presser was basically a public acknowledgement that Carter crossed the line. That kind of statement is rare. Coaches usually try to protect their players, even in controversial moments. Now, instead of just being known for her talent, Carter's reputation is shifting toward being a reckless player who hurts her own team. She already had a history of issues in the league, and this just adds fuel to the fire. The question now is, how does she bounce back from this? Or does this incident stick to her for the rest of her career?
By as many as 14 here in this first half. Pass knocked away. Jefferson tried to grab it. Ultimately, it's LA's possession. 3 on the shot clock. Carter gets the shot off and in.
Chennedy Carter's journey in the WNBA has been marked by both remarkable talent and significant challenges. Drafted 4th overall by the Atlanta Dream in 2020, she quickly made a name for herself, notably becoming the youngest player in league history to score 30 points in a game. However, her career has been marred by off-court controversies, including a suspension in 2021 for conduct detrimental to the team, which led to her trade to the Los Angeles Sparks. After a brief tenure with the Sparks, Carter did not play in the WNBA during the 2023 season.
Mabry doubled off to Carter. Her jumper is good. Chennedy Carter now with 12 points off the bench. And then the lay from Boston as the officials are going to...
If a player with Carter's scoring skills can't get a chance in a league that always needs offensive talent, it says a lot. Teams aren't just looking at her ability. They're also considering if the potential drama is worth it. Right now, it seems like the answer is a clear no. In the WNBA, roster spots are hard to come by, and unlike the NBA, there aren't many chances for a comeback. Once a player gains a reputation for causing problems in the locker room, it's hard to shake off. Carter isn't just fighting for a contract, she's fighting against a reputation that might keep her out of the league for good. Do you think she'll get another opportunity, or is this the end for her?
Not keeping Chennedy Carter. And the GM has basically said that, you know, the way they fired Teresa Weatherspoon, and a lot of it was because we thought, oh, they were kind of, catering too much to Angel. Which, to be fair, that is what it sounded like.
That's the big question. Overseas leagues, especially in Europe and China, offer better pay and a fresh start. However, they also don't put up with any drama. Some teams might take a chance on her skills, but if they see her as a problem in the locker room, she might have trouble finding a spot there as well. The key difference is that international teams often care more about talent than personality. So if she can prove herself in a top league and show she's grown, she might be able to earn her way back into the WNBA conversation. But if no overseas team wants her either, that could be the real end. Do you think she'll take that route, or will she try another way to rebuild her reputation?
Doesn't compete against Caitlin Clark hard. Doesn't mean they don't go after her. Doesn't mean they don't try to get the best of her and what have you. But you do it with an appreciation for what she's bringing, because you recognize the rising tide lifts all boats. And if that golden goose is a wave that we can ride to elevate ourselves to a place that we've been working diligently for years to achieve, you don't get in the way.
Exactly. Talent only takes you so far if teams see you as a liability. Carter's best chance of staying in the WNBA might come if a team faces a lot of injuries, but even then, she'd need to prove she's not a threat to team chemistry. Right now, she's on the outside at just 25, which is a tough position to be in. The Caitlin Clark incident wasn't just a slip-up. It could have sealed a reputation that teams want to avoid. If she doesn't work hard to change that image, her WNBA career might be over before it really gets started. Do you think she understands how serious this is, or will she make it even harder on herself by refusing to change?
Trying to check out, because not one of these players I don't think has a problem with Angel Reese herself. And then suddenly with Chennedy Carter gone, she was the Sky's best player. The Mystics surprised so many aspires, nothing has trended that way. But it's mad because you're seeing Dana Evans probably.
Chennedy Carter took a big gamble with her attitude and playing style, but it seems like the league isn't buying it. Her talent is clear, but in a league where reputation counts just as much as skill, she's realizing the tough lesson that regret hits hard when no one's willing to take a chance on you.
And we're going to have to start calling Chennedy Carter the microwave of the sky, coming in off the bench.
I love Jewel Lloyd's mom.
You're right, this goes beyond basketball. The WNBA has always had its own way of deciding who can be controversial and who gets pushed out, and Carter just happened to cross the wrong line. Caitlin Clark isn't just a rookie. She's the face of the league's future, the marketing star bringing in new fans and sponsors. The truth is, if Carter had clashed with someone else, she might still have a spot. But this wasn't just a hard foul. She went up against the league's power, and now she's facing the consequences. It's not just about talent anymore. It's about image, politics, and the business of the WNBA. Do you think she has any chance at redemption, or is this one mistake too big to recover from?
Find the flow and got to find her help. The Shields comes up with the ball. Here's Harrison. Spinning off and finishing out. She can't get it. Rims out, but Carter has her back.
You're spot on. This isn't just about a foul. It's about who she clashed with. Caitlin Clark isn't just any rookie. She's the rookie. The WNBA has never seen someone create this much buzz, bring in this many ratings, or secure this level of sponsorship right out of college. She's the league's golden ticket to mainstream attention, and anything that could harm her success on or off the court, is going to be handled quickly. Carter doesn't have that kind of support behind her. If this had involved someone like Breanna Stewart, Aja Wilson, or another big name, the league would have found a way to spin the story and move on. But Carter has a history of being seen as a problem, and without strong backing from fans or the league, she's easily replaceable. This whole situation highlights a bigger issue. The WNBA doesn't treat all players the same. Star power and marketability often weigh just as heavily, if not more, than pure skill. Carter is seeing that reality up close. So, does she have a chance to come back into the league, or is this the end of her WNBA career?
Ability to grow. I think I've grown my game in all areas, from just being able to consistently attack the basket, mid-range, pull-up, even just knock down a couple threes this season. I think I've allowed everyone to see that the work that I've put in is showing. I'm a player that works hard and I take my craft serious, so just being a 3-level scorer.
Thank you. Andy?
Hey Kennedy, how's it going?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm well, thank you for asking. Well, you look back at your career, we had the 2022 season with the Sparks, and I think everyone can agree that might not have been the best fit for you at the time. You take a year off, you come here, and, it's pretty much one of the best, comebacks you could imagine for taking a year off in the W and everything like that. Whether it was on the court, off the court, mentally, strategically, what do you feel helped you kind of have this resurgence and kind of show that you belong here and, you prove that you have your stake in the W?
Well, I think it was a time. I think that one of the things that people didn't realize was that my clock had just gotten larger. I had more time to plan and prepare and just work on my game for my return in general, and then just work on my mental and physical ability outside of basketball. So while I was away from the game, I was planning and just getting ready for the things I wanted to do and things that I